Hey guys, this is Chef Vicky Ratnani and welcome to my newly opened at the Speakeasy Kitchen. So we are a delivery kitchen located in Bandra and we are doing some amazing food. Today's workshop is powered by Star Bazaar where I go shopping pretty often actually. It's close to my house. So I spent a nice morning picking up some beautiful strawberries, fresh herbs like mint and coriander. And you know what I said? Let's get seasonal and let's get local. So today's dish is going to be a sweet potato rosti. Now rosti comes from actually Switzerland. It's basically grated potatoes, okay, which are cooked in butter and which is eaten with eggs, with different kinds of. It's eaten with eggs. It's eaten just as an accompaniment. Sometimes people even eat mushrooms with their rosti potatoes. So if you see the rosti, the American version would be called the hash brown. Okay. So also I'm going to be asking you questions. I'm going to be giving you some trivia, and there are some questions where we are running a little contest. So people who will answer the right question are going to get some really nice goodies from Star Bazaar, and believe me, they have some lot of good stuff out there. Now today's recipe I'm going to be doing is with sweet potatoes. Now as you know, sweet potatoes are a really good source of energy because it's a complex carbohydrate, and a lot of people are doing some amazing recipes and creations with sweet potato, which we call shakar kandi. Now, it is always good to use all local ingredients, get a little more creative, and that's the reason the whole workshop is all about. Is that you can create magical wonders in your kitchen using local stuff, and especially stores like Star Bazaar who have really upped the game now. They've got some fabulous vegetables there, great staff who are always helping you. So now there are three components to this dish. One is the sweet potato rosti, which I'm going to be grating it and then I'm going to be mixing it, but I'm going to be doing that last. Now, before that, I'm going to be serving it with a nice chutney. Okay, can you give me your favorite chutney, and I will make that for you. But today we are going to be making actually a strawberry and fig chutney. Yes, you heard that right because this roasty is spicy. It's going to go with the green chili and avocado pesto, and I'm going to complement this with a little sweet and spicy chutney. Now, as you know, we love pickles and chutneys. So the first question to you is, what is the difference between a relish and a chutney? Okay, I'm repeating that. What is the difference between a relish and a chutney? Now, for the chutney, it's very simple. What are the elements in the chutney? It's normally sweet, it's sour, and it's spicy. And then you add whatever ingredients you want. So I'm using actually fresh figs and strawberries, which are beautifully ready available at any Star Bazaar store. So I can actually leave this chutney actually chunky and nice, or you can blend it smooth. And once the chutney, the best part is that once you pull it down, because of the sweet and the sour content, it's actually a preservative, and that chutney lasts forever. So you can also use it as a sandwich spread. You can make some cheese and chutney sandwiches, but using my strawberry and fig chutney inspired by my shopping at Star Bazaar today. So now, first things first, this is my chef Kanish here, okay, and he's going to be helping me. Now, can you turn this on, please? Yeah. So now, first things first, what do we do when we make a chutney first? Now, when we make a chutney, you have to make something which is called a agro dolce or sweet and sour element. In this case, I'm trying to keep this chutney actually sugar free because the strawberries have that lovely tang, the figs have their sweetness. I also have some of these lovely seedless Omani dates which I bought in Star Bazaar. So I'm going to be using natural ingredients to create the sweet element, which is beautiful honey here, some dates and figs, which we are going to be making it sweet for us. So first things first, I'm going to be just cutting my figs into chunks just like this, and also the strawberries. Okay, now the strawberries and the figs are going to go in a little later, but before that, let's why don't we just do a lovely agro dolce or a gastrique, which is called in French. Now the whole idea of this workshop is that you learn. Okay, I'm not saying I know it all, but I love what I do, and that passion is still driving me to teach people all over the world and all over the country. So I do travel around the globe. Well, now around India because of the travel situation. But the best part is to go into local bazaars. The idea is to go into local bazaars and actually get some local produce and cook with the seasons, which I'm exactly doing today. Okay. So my cuisine is inspired by the globe, but the soul is very desi. Okay. So this is also now first things first. Whole spices. I've got cloves, I've got some cinnamon, and I've got some star anise, which I picked up in the spice section of Star Bazaar. So we're going to be toasting these spices a little bit, and into that I'm going to be adding a little bit of chopped onion. Okay. I haven't put any oil. If you've noticed, we are not putting any oil in this recipe. I also have a little bit of ginger, which I'm going to be grating here. So a little bit of lovely ginger. Now, ginger gives that warmth. Ginger is also an aphrodisiac. So, this is a fantastic chutney for Valentine Day. I'm giving you a clue and already an idea of how to celebrate your Valentine. So, I'm going to be adding some apple cider vinegar. So, this is normally equal parts of sugar and vinegar, but I'm actually using vinegar. I'm using some dates, I'm using figs, I'm using strawberries, which are actually going to be reducing in this lovely mixture. So I've got, let me turn this on a little bit. So I'm adding a little bit of honey in this. I've got honey, I've got vinegar, I've got some onions here, I've got some ginger, and I've got some lovely khade masala. Okay. How are you all? Next, so while this is reducing here, okay, now the whole idea of the chutney is that, as you've seen, a chutney, especially a sweet chutney, is a little bit thick and it's sour. This normally comes because of the sugar and the vinegar, which actually goes down together as an and but this is a sugar-free, healthy-ish kind of beautiful fig and strawberry chutney, which is going to go fantastic with my sweet potato roast. So you can see here, now this is coming to a boil just like this. Okay. Now you have to reduce it a little more. And the whole idea is that the honey and the figs and the dates are going to caramelize and make this a beautiful consistency. So it takes a little while. Now the whole very important part is that when you're cooking with vinegar or with any white wine, red wine, or any kind of alcohol, you have to actually cook this off. So what I'm doing actually is I'm cooking off the vinegar, and so only the flavor properties of the vinegar are going to be there, and the acid is going to disappear. Okay, the acetic acid is this is what we are actually cooking and which is evaporated. So next, I'm going to be adding my strawberry, figs, and dates. So in here, and it's that simple. Okay, so I'm going to be cooking this. Um, it's going to go down on a gentle simmer. Ganesh is going to take care of this while we proceed with the rest of the recipe. You can ask me any questions. You can send me a message online. Is there a chat happening here?
At Star Bazaar in Facebook and Instagram, and we will pick up the winners for your questions. Star Bazaar India.
What is that? Sorry.
Tag Star Bazaar India in Facebook and Insta, and we will for the right answers and we'll pick up the winners.
So on Facebook and on Instagram at Star Bazaar India, tag them with the right answers, and you're going to be eligible to some really nice goodies from Star Bazaar. Am I right? Lovely, super. So now, leave this Manish, don't worry. So now this is, it's going to be reducing. Literally, we are cooking the honey. Let me just recap the recipe before we move on to the next one. What did I do first? I cut my strawberries and my fresh figs into nice chunks. In a pan, I've got about 3 tablespoons of honey and about 3 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar, into which I've added about 2 tablespoons of chopped dates. So this, and I've added some cinnamon, some cloves, and some star anise. Feel free to use any kind of elaichi or any kind of khade masalas or spices. Sometimes I also like to put saunf in the कभी मैं सौंफ भी डालता हूँ मेरी चटनी में और सौंफ कलौंजी ये दूसरी चटनी हो जाती है बट दिस इज अ डिफरेंट काइंड ऑफ चटनी सो आई कैन सी दिस already reducing turn this down Ganesh The next element, what I want to really highlight is we love eating our fresh chutneys which we grind. Coriander, mint, green chilies, ginger. I mean, I'm sure everybody घर पे चटनी बनाते होंगे. लेकिन I'm going to be doing a slightly different variation to this, where I'm actually going to be using avocado, which is also from Star Bazaar, and this is also a fantastic ingredient. Okay. Now they have a wide variety of avocados. They have an Indian variety and they have an imported one. So feel free to use any kind of avocado. लेकिन avocado खाओ. Okay, avocado is really good for you. It's good fat. I mean, this is a great protein. In fact, you eat one avocado, you don't need to eat anything else. And the kind of energy you get this, which is really good for pre-workout, post-workout. And I'm saying, when we were kids, we were not given all these ingredients because we were not exposed to it. But now when you have shops like Star Bazaar who are actually selling almost everything, and so many people go and shop at Star Bazaar, it's always crowded. Okay, but now start looking at other ingredients which you normally don't use, and that's the whole idea of this workshop, to bring together ingredients from there and show you how you can actually use it very pyar se in the Indian kitchen. So you want to get that mix up? Okay, so I've got some fresh coriander, I've got some fresh mint, I've got some fresh green chili which I'm going to be. I want to do the chutney in that. It's a pesto, Baba. I have to add walnuts and all that. That's it, that, don't worry. So I've got some coriander, I've got some fresh mint. I also have a little bit of ice cubes here. I like to put a little ice cubes in my chutney. Sorry, I'm calling it a pesto today because I'm adding some walnuts into it, which are optional, but I think it's a damn good recipe. Okay. So very simple, very easy. Mixer, grinder, हाथ से करो जो आपकी मर्जी है. So I'm adding a little bit of fresh coriander on this. Okay. Don't waste too much. I add the stems. Make sure that you wash and clean your vegetables properly. Okay. So we have some mint, we have some coriander. I normally like to do 2 parts of coriander. So 2 cups of coriander and 1 cup of mint gives you a really good check that this thing out. Okay, great. So we've got our chutney, I mean pesto coming up. So we've got a green chili which we have to cut into two. So you want to make a little spicy, add some chili flakes, add some more chilies. But this has got a nice equal mild kind of flavor. As well, lemon squeeze. So I'm going to be adding a little bit of lemon juice to this as well. Okay. Move the honey in this. No, from this side and take it from keep it on the side. And take the strawberries also away, please. So we always believe is that in the clean as you go policy, as we chefs call it. Yeah. So I have this here. Next we have some lovely walnuts from Star Bazaar here. So this is actually a mint and coriander pesto. Why do we call it a pesto? Pesto. What does pesto mean in English? Okay, that's your next question. Remember to tag Star Bazaar. Remember to tag Star Bazaar and on Facebook and Instagram, Star Bazaar India, with the correct answer. So, what is the meaning of pesto? Okay, that's your first question. Alright, very good. So we've got this lovely, creamy, beautiful, yummy, whatever adjectives you want for the avocado. And I'm going to be adding a little bit of spring onion ka greens inside as well. Okay, and a little bit of the spring onion. Okay, so it's going to give it a little kind of a sharp, thoda sa, uh, a little strong taste into it. Next, we have some salt and pepper. So I'm going to be adding a little bit of pepper in this. Okay. Black pepper, I just love black pepper. I've added a little bit of salt. So you've got salt, you've got lemon juice, you've got walnuts. I'm also going to be adding a little bit of cold water, okay, which will help us maintain our color as well. And then we will top with a very light olive oil, okay. So this is the a beautiful, lovely new recipe which you will absolutely love. I've forgotten one element, which is the ginger, which may be done. Give me a cloth, please. And next we have some ginger, which I'm grating, putting on the top. Lovely. So as you know, ginger is also an antioxidant. It's really good for you. A lot of the ingredients are actually nutritionally beneficial for you, as well as also they have a great taste profile. Can you spin these things? So now let's have a look at our chutney. Now you can see our chutney has come down into this beautiful, uh, lovely, thick pulp or compote, which I'm going to show you first about. So I'm going to add a pinch of salt, bring out the taste and flavor. And you can see now this lovely chutney. Okay, it's come. So let me pour my chutney in here, and we're going to deal with that later. So I'm going to blend some of it to make this a nice. Here you can see the here you can see the whole consistency of the chutney. I hope you can see this. So it's become almost like a lovely marmalade. And believe me, this you put it down, you can keep it in your fridge easily 1 month. And this is an amazing chutney because it's sweet, it's sour, it's a little spicy. So you can it goes very well with cheese. So you're gonna cheese sauce bana rahe ho, or you're making any tikkis. I think if you add a little more green chilies or red chilies in it, it's a great chutney for a vada pav as well. Trust me, I know what I'm talking about. Blend it, blend it. Add more avocado in it. Add more avocado and taste it for me. So we've got our one chutney ready. The avocado and green chili pesto is coming up right now. Next, we have to do our roasted potatoes. Now, for our roasted potatoes, as for people who were not here before or didn't hear, roesti are actually made with potatoes, and it is one of the most popular foods in Switzerland. Now, roasted potatoes are eaten everywhere. Okay, they're eaten everywhere. And I'm making for you a really desi inspired shakarkandi ka roasted potatoes. Hope you enjoy this recipe. And let me ask you one more question. Is that most of the time roasted potatoes are served with. Don't forget to tag Star Bazaar India on Instagram and Facebook to give me the right answer, and I'm going to give you an amazing present. Okay? Make sure you test that. Wash your tissue. You're happy, everything's fine. All okay. Okay, guys, let's rock and roll. First of all, sweet potatoes need to be grated. Choice is yours. You can peel them, you can unpeel them. If you're using it unpeeled, make sure they are scrubbed. Make sure they are like we have done. Nice. Yes. Put in a lovely bowl. Get one of my lovely bowls from there.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Finish you can go put it in a bowl for me. Put it in a nice bowl. Yeah, you can use this bowl. I'm using this. So now for the roasting, I've got some curry leaves which I'm putting in here. I've got some diced onions which I just had just now. Yeah, firstly the chopped onions from there. So we have some chopped onions here. you can add different ingredients to your flavor profile. I'm also adding a little bit of garlic. Uh, I'm adding a little bit of chopped garlic, which is also option. So garlic gives a nice taste to it. So I'm adding a little garlic into this. Next, we are going to be adding some Indian spices. Like we're going to be adding a little bit of red chili powder, a little bit of turmeric powder, a little bit of chaat masala. All these spices have been chopped from Star Bazaar. They have an amazing collection of things there. Okay, we don't have the yours. Um, then we're going to be grating the sweet potato. So we have a grated sweet potato here, and we have some bindings. We have some rice flour, some corn flour. There are various ways to actually get a little binding in this. Okay, the moment you add a little bit of salt, the onions start leaving their water. So you're not going to add any kind of water or liquid to this. At the same time, make it very light and very light as nice as well. Okay, so we've got the sweet potato grated beautifully here. Okay, lovely. Next, I'm going to be adding a little bit of namak shamak in this. So a little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper, and we're going to give this a nice mix. So you can see it's picking up a lot of flavors along the way. Okay. Now the moment you add a little bit of salt to this, and especially अगर उसमें onion रहता है, so what happens to it? The onions start rehydrating. यानी कि it starts giving out its liquid. So literally you don't really need to put any kind of water in your mixture. So I'm going to be adding a little bit of besan. Okay, as you know, besan is also protein. It's gluten free. This entire recipe today is actually vegan and gluten free. I didn't realize that. Yeah. So I'm going to be adding a little bit of besan. Now there are various texts. Some people like to put soda into it. Some people put baking soda, baking powder. I mean, some people like to put maida, but trust me, you don't need all that. Okay. Just a little bit of besan here. Look at it's coming beautiful together. Now you can even cook this in the air fryer. If you go to the top section of Star Bazaar, they've got some fabulous appliances as well. So uh, you can even bake these in the oven. You can bake them in the air fryer. But you know what? I'm going to be shallow frying them today. Okay. So we are going to be shallow frying in some very light olive oil, which I got from there as well. Fantastic. What is that besan? What is the other one? And I'm adding a little bit of rice flour. Okay, optional. Beautiful. I put salt. Did I get salt?
Yes, sir.
I have some spectators in my kitchen. They're actually making me very nervous. So if I say something wrong, it's all because of those people. So lovely. Can you put a pan on the oil for shallow frying this? Beautiful. You want to bring a plate for presentation? Uh, Give me a spoon to taste it. Outstanding. No, really good. Very good. No, not good. I've made it. Very good. Ooh, spicy. Right. So I've got some oil on the in a pan there, and next what I'm going to do is I'm literally going to drop this right here. Some curry powder. So I'm going to be adding some curry leaves into this extra light virgin oil. So the oil is only going to get a nice curry patta flavor. Yeah. And then we're going to drop our roasted potatoes just like this.
Chef, we have a question.
2 minutes, guys. That's all right. Put it down. Pass me a spoon. A spoon. Spicy also.
Actually, there's no.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Great. Next, do we have another plate? Do we have another plate? So now we have this lovely dish which is ready. Okay. So what we'll do first is first I'm going to be in first with the other plate. Ready? So first what we'll do is we're going to be adding our green chili and avocado. We have any microgreens of flowers. Check for the party. So we're going to put this lovely thick walnut avocado pesto over here. And I also have this chunky piece of chutney over here, okay, which we are going to spoon a little later. Um, No, just give me that one. Take that away. So avocado, green chili, coriander, pesto, and then we have our lovely crispy karare flour. So we put the rosti on top, and then we also have some additions which we can even make a little. So we have a nice radish here. We have the no, no, no. We have the spring onion greens which we will mix together. Now some of our lovely chutney. So a strawberry and thick chutney will go on the top like this. Beautiful. And then we have some sprouts. Okay, chefs we call this microgreens, but they actually they are sprouts, which we will lightly decorate. And then on top, a nice crispy mooli and spring onion curd. Also perfect. And here we go, guys. Fresh ingredients straight from Star Bazaar, India, into the Speakeasy kitchen. Voila! From my kitchen to yours. Bon appetito and enjoy yourself. Stay safe. So I hope you remember the three questions which I asked you. Okay, what is the difference between a dish, village and a chutney? Tag Star Bazaar India on Instagram and Facebook in order to get a prize. Secondly, what is the meaning of pesto? Again, tag Star Bazaar India on Instagram and Facebook, and we let you know the winners. Also, what is the most popular thing served with roasted potatoes? That's happening in India on Instagram and Facebook, and we give you some goodies. Hope you had a good time. Thank you so much. This is Chef Vicky Ratnani from the Speakeasy Kitchen. I'm not going as yet because I'm getting a lovely present from Star Bazaar. I have a very charming visitor, Seema Modi, director Star Bazaar India, who's going to be coming here and actually be tasting the dishes as well. Hello, ma'am. I mean, hope you enjoyed the demo.
On the side. I'm waiting for taxes because I think of the way for this competition. It was just so thank you very much for this pleasure. And especially I'm a lover of vegetarian food, but I'm vegetarian or non-vegetarian if you are
And you should know any more with Star
yeah,
Bazaar.
and you are boss. As far as the food is concerned, the boss, as far as we are concerned, we are the boss saying providing us fresh food.
So we can do it.
Absolutely. So I think at Samsung India, to understand that most of our customers love to eat fresh food, love to experiment, and we understand that that's why we do great things. Give them best quality, best savings, and best options.
I
And
mentioned
when it comes to the fresh, thank you so much. So when it comes to food, especially fresh produce, we go to great places. Every day, we get it from the farmers directly to us. hope that you will visit our Star Bazaar day in and day out, and that you become a partner with you for our day.
Also, just FYI, is that Star Bazaar is about a kilometer from my house. I live in the Kala, and we've been shopping there since the last 30 years. We are good customers.
Okay. So, for most of you who don't know where Star Bazaar is located, I think you visit our starbazaar.india.com to find a store near you because all this fresh produce, lots of monthly shopping is waiting for you. We have a very good quality brand which is Pakistan. Food brand, it's a Tata brand, and it has a range of products from natural foods to noodles, sauces, ketchup, you name it, and Pakistan. So I think if you try that, I would be very happy. I would also urge the viewers to, and also this is chef's favorite.
Oh,
Oh, yes.
I use this, in fact, we use this at the speakeasy kitchen. Because I think apple cider vinegar is definitely one of the cleanest vinegars to use. It has a lot of therapeutic values, which we explain some other time. Apple cider vinegar is definitely great for cooking, great for dressings. Also, they say that if you take one cap full of apple cider vinegar and one cap full of hot water in the morning and have an apple cider shot, you'll be good to go.
So I'd like to present
Oh, God.
a very
Thank you so much. Thank you.
thank you so much. Thank you. Thanks. Thank you so much. Really, I'm happy for this time because I I'm good.
Being the market leader in fresh categories and being famous for fresh, we have to deliver the best quality at the best value every single day.